What's up everybody? In today's video, we've got events planned for the 18th and the 20th from DJI, teasing what we think are going to be the Osmo 7 Mobile and the RS4 Mini. We've also got leaked photos for the Osmo 360 camera. We've got a discussion about the Mini 5 Pro and whether or not it's actually gonna happen. We've also got more details on the Mavic 4 Pro and its imminent release, and more. It's a jam-packed bit of info on DJI, so let's just jump right into it. So we had an extremely busy end of 2024 for DJI. There was a lot released and a lot of discussion about what was coming, and the beginning of 2025 has been no different. We've got lots of stuff going on. The other thing that's going on is we have the potential ban of DJI products in the United States being unable to use FCC spectrum and get FCC approved. I did an in-depth video about that, talking about an interview that DJI's head of policy gave to TheVerge.com, and I'm gonna link to that up here. Check out that video. I'm not gonna be talking about the ban today, but I went in depth with what I think is coming and what DJI needs to be doing really to try to avoid the potential shutdown of their ability to sell products, especially drones, here in the United States. The other thing that I wanted to address in this video as we get into these bits of news information is that, I had a commenter, and I take these comments seriously. I had a commenter claim that I was lying about some information in a previous video. They claimed that I lied and that I didn't cite my source, and that the source that I did cite was actually a secondary source. I actually tried to contact that person and I've not heard back, but what I want to do very clearly is indicate that sometimes when I make these videos, especially when they're timely and I want to try to get them out quickly, I do in some cases forget to mention specifically in the video who some of the folks might have been, or some of the sources might have been that I received some of my information from. And that's my fault. I need to be better at that. But what I've also started doing is in all of my videos that are related to drone rumors and news and market information, is that I have a list of the most common individuals that I will get information from and cite from, and I try to mention them here on the channel, but I want to make it clear that in those instances that's not intentional, and I do try to rectify that either in future videos or in the descriptions in my videos down below. But you should absolutely check these folks out. They've got various social media presences, and the conversations that they're having are really interesting, especially if you want to dig deep into the kind of market aspect of some of the products. Having said that, let's get right into the first bit of news, which doesn't come from anybody except DJI directly, which is we have some events to talk about. We have an event on the 18th and on the 20th. DJI has posted throughout all of their social media accounts teaser videos, which they're very good at, with little taglines letting us know or alluding to what we might be getting. Now, the first event, which is going to be on February 18th, has the tagline, "Focus on every move." Definitely seems to be related to a stabilization device, and because of the fact that the image looks like it's attached to an iPhone or a phone of some kind, and we've got this DJI branded red lit something or other on the top, the assumption is that we're talking about the Osmo 7 Mobile and the Osmo 7 Mobile Pro. The main bit of information that we have about the 7 and the 7 Pro are that it will be able to handle higher payloads, meaning larger phones, potentially with additional attachments like SSD drives that you can attach to your phone to be able to shoot ProRes. But one of the most interesting things about this release will be a potential focus device that will attach to the bottom of what looks like the kind of holder mechanism for the phone, potentially a light as well as LiDAR capability to effectively pull focus. The other event that we have is going to be on February 20th. Interesting that they're separating these events out. But that second event will be related to the RS4 Mini with the tagline, "Roll with it." Probably a mention of the fact that they can do rolls and tilts and pans and all that sort of thing with their gimbal units. But the image that we have on the teaser is of this kind of green ringed device that we pretty much know is going to be a tracking unit that may also include some sort of AI-based hand control or gesture control into the gimbal, or an app for controlling the camera to initiate records, but bringing that tracking as a built-on kind of small module to the RS4 Mini would be, I think, super fun and cool when you are a solo creator and you need your gimbal and your camera to track you as you move. Now we'll wait and see on the 18th and the 20th as to what we get exactly from DJI, but the information that we have is based partly on the official marketing that we have from them, as well as rumors and leaks that we've been getting from the usual suspects like OC to LV, Quadro News, Igor Bogdanov, Jasper Ellens, Haka Sushi, and X Drone Studio, to name just a few. Real quick, I just want to break into this DJI news video to talk about the fact that I have started giving away gear that I get to review. Here are two examples. This is an SSD for an iPhone. It's got a magnetic puck on the back that lets you attach it to your MagSafe on the back of your phone. And then with a little USB cable, boom, now you can be shooting ProRes to an external drive, then you can throw it on your laptop or whatever and edit it directly from here. The next, this is the Hollyland Lark M2S. I just reviewed this. My review just went up on the channel. I will link it here. This is a super cool set of microphones. I'm giving away the gear that I get to review, and I get gear all the time. The reason that I'm doing that is because my Instagram account got wiped out a couple of years ago. My Instagram account got wiped out when my daughter was born. While we were in the hospital, my Instagram account got hacked, and whoever hacked it did something that Meta didn't like, and it got completely wiped out. I fought for them. I fought with them for months, and it was gone. Well, I am a working photographer. I don't just do YouTube. I shoot portraits and landscapes and babies and families and weddings and all that sort of thing, which I know I don't talk a lot about here, but that's partly how I make my living. And in today's world, you need to have a big following on Instagram to be considered legitimate as a photographer, even though I've been doing it for 2 decades. So I'm doing an Instagram giveaway. If you want more details, check out the link here. But basically, go to my Instagram account, follow me there, like all my photos, and then come back to this video or this short that I'll link here and just say, Joe, I did it. Let's get you to 1K. Because as soon as I hit 1,000 followers, I'm gonna start giving stuff away to random followers on Instagram that have commented on my videos. So that's it for the Instagram giveaway. Go ahead and check out that video. And now back to the DJI news. Next, I want to talk about the rumors and leaks that we've been seeing about the Mini 5 Pro. Now, there were some promotional images that were posted onto X by a user that just goes by Drone, and then that information got picked up by Drone XL. And Jasper Ellens X27 on Twitter has also come in to say, yeah, this is not real. This is very clearly fake promotional material. While I do follow and read sites like Drone XL and Drone DJ, I have noticed more and more in the last 6 months or so that the content coming out of those sites has been, or has felt, a lot more generated, if that makes sense. Because these images did look pretty questionable, and yet there's a full blog post on it. Obviously, I'm someone who has been known to chase the occasional rumor that turns out to be absolutely unfounded, but this one is definitely a pants on fire, not real situation. Real quick, I want to break in here before we talk about the Mavic 4 to let you know that I have opened up memberships here on the channel. I've got 2 tiers available, and as viral shorts, which I don't really do, that plane is flying very low, but as viral shorts become more important on this platform, as well as the continued prevalence of ad blockers, the ability for me to make this channel and the content that I create break even is helped by folks who join as a member of the channel. Members get early access to videos, custom emoji, we'll be doing live chat sessions, and I'll be releasing content like LUTs and Lightroom presets, my AI profile for editing, raw workflows, and some of the custom resources that I've had to create for myself here on YouTube as a photographer and as a content creator. I made them. I want to give them away for free. I made them, and I want to give them away to my members. So I'll put a link down below to become a member. Thanks so much, and let's get back to talking about these drones. The next bit of information that we have is on DJI's next action camera, which is going to be their Osmo 360. We've been hearing about this camera for a little while, but just I think about 20 hours ago, we started seeing images leak out on Twitter from Osita LV and X Drone Studio showing that they are now in the testing phase for this camera, and it looks like they are comparing it to their own action camera, the 5 Pro, as well as the Insta360 X4. No love for GoPro in there? No GoPro Max? Now, a while back, we had seen design specifications for this, and user Hakasushi developed a mock-up that actually looked really, really good at the time. And now that we're seeing it in reality, he was really close, questionably close. But he does do phenomenal design and artwork. His profile is linked down below, as well as Osita LV's, if you want to check out their posts. Credit for this information goes to them. Looking at this design, it kind of looks like they're just taking an Action 5 Pro and putting 2 camera systems on it. If you look at the size of that camera bump, it's considerably larger than the Insta360 X4s, and the X4 can do 8K. So my hope is that we get those big sensors out of the Action 5 Pro so that when you're stitching these 360 images together, even if they're 4K each or larger, that you get good quality image. It's actually, in my mind, less about the resolution and more about the quality, because if you zoom in or realign those images and they're not clean, even if they're 1080 or 4K or 2.7K, if they're not clean, if they're just rough and messy, then you're gonna have a bad experience. I had that experience with my Insta360 X3. Honestly, I rarely use it because the image quality is not good and I really feel burned. I'm not super into upgrading to a new one until I see what we're gonna get out of the Osmo 360. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this form factor versus the more long and slender X4 from Insta360. Next, we've got a video from Igor Bogdanov of the tranquil skies next to DJI headquarters, where it seems like every 5 minutes a Mavic 4 lands on the ground. So we've got video of this drone, it's being flown, it's being tested. When are we gonna get it? Well, unfortunately, it seems like the consensus is not February, especially considering the fact that they've now announced 2 non-drone related events for February. I guess we could get something else before the end of the month, but I'm still pushing for March, potentially April, but I think March is gonna be the month that we see it. And just to recap on the specs, we are expecting a 20 megapixel 4/3 sensor with a 24mm 1x camera and 2 zoom cameras, one being a 2.5x and the other being a 6x, both of them with 1/1.5 inch sensors, all of them with adjustable apertures, as well as what looks to be a variable ND for the entire optical package, as well as vertical video, dual native ISO. I mean, there's a ton, along with 50 minutes of flight time, built-in 512 gigabytes of storage, 2 terabytes of storage on the Cine model, and priced $2,800 US before tariffs, so maybe closer to 3,000. So that's it for the DJI news that we have today. Don't forget about my Instagram giveaway. Go ahead and find that video down below. Also, I do have memberships open on the channel. Links down below as well, or somewhere. There'll be somewhere a link to become a member. But if you don't want free stuff and you're not looking to become a member, another way that you can support the channel is by checking out the gear list that I have down below. I've got lists for the gear that I use here in the studio, the stuff that I use when I'm out on my adventure trips, the stuff that I use when I'm shooting families and portraits and stuff on location, as well as my essential starter guide for photography for 2025. One thing, I am probably a little late to this, but I am figuring out how to do shorts in response to comments. I don't really like doing shorts. They take a lot of time. But what I will say is I'm trying to work on doing quick shorts in response to comments. So if you want to give me a comment down below, either about these drones or a question, I'm going to try to start responding to some of the best questions and comments that I have with short videos where I'll tag you and I'll respond directly to you. I also have 2 review videos that I just came out with and a third that's on the way that I'm really, really proud of. One is an in-depth look at the Canon R5 Mark I, the 4-year-old flagship camera, and the R6 Mark II, which I'm shooting on right now. I love these 2 cameras. These are the 2 cameras that I use pretty much every day, and I think they kind of get lost in the conversation about all the new stuff that's coming out. And I think that right now you can get them both for amazing prices. I think they're worth it for photographers who are looking to get into either the Canon ecosystem or looking to go full frame or upgrade from maybe an older DSLR or EOS R, whatever it is that you have. So check out that video. I'm really proud. It's long. I went really in depth, really nerdy on the sensor stuff. But if that's the kind of thing that you're into, go ahead and check out that video. I've also got a review of a really cool charging unit that I got for my Canon cameras, but they make it for other cameras as well. Check that out. And I've got my review for the Holly Landmark M2S that's gonna be out on the channel here in the next couple of days. It's actually already out for members, but if you're looking for the lightest wireless microphone I have ever seen, I think that there even is on the market available right now. Check that out. And the easiest way to support the channel, if you're looking to, is to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you thought that this video was informative. Hit the bell if you do want to be notified, but again, become a member if you want those videos early. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Check out my video about the geofencing update and about the ban that's coming. DJI is really gonna have to work hard to get some agency to do this security review. I don't know if they're gonna get it. And if they do, I don't know if they're gonna make it. They seem to think so. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.